During David's son split the 10 of the tribes to the north, that is Israel. And the 2 tribes, Judah and the Benjamin, were together as the Judah. Now the Israel that you see are the 10 tribes that are on top. So they had a set of kings, rulers, and the south had a set of rulers too. Now it is this time that Isaiah was coming with a message. Message that you see is also very much true with the Sermon on the Mount. Now if you see the good news that was read, that is, if you turn to 61, Isaiah 61. This good news was to release from bondage the exile. Now remember, when God punishes the Israelites, they were punished really. And they were to such an extent that he didn't use his hand, he used a foreign kingdom. A kingdom that is ruled by a foreign king. He came and he moved them to a different land. And in doing so, he really humbled them, and that's the time when he wanted to displace the earlier generation. So he wanted to set up a new group of children that could be obedient to him. That's what he did. Chastised them, cleansed them. And in this exile that they are gone. Now this has been prophesied earlier by Isaiah. And in doing so, we see, now he is telling them, warning them several times. Even the rulers were warned, but yet they had a blind eye, or ear that is shut. And this is from God's chosen person who is speaking, Spirit-filled. He is led by the Holy Spirit. As you see, verse 1, the Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to bring the good news. Remember, every saint, every prophet that was there, he was blessed through the Holy Spirit. Without that, that's not possible. It's not possible that he could deliver such a message. Now, this good news was how to deliver this people and restore people with glory. Now the speaker was controlled by the Holy Spirit. Now you will see in the second verse, the year of favor, the year of Lord's favor. That is a divine intervention of the Lord that is seen. It's a jubilee year. You know, during those times of the Israelites, after 50 years, no matter what land they have purchased from the Jews or anybody, they have to return it back. Slaves were free to go. All these things happened on the jubilee year. This is kind of a freedom from the bondage that they are. That's what God is trying to tell Israel through Isaiah. And it came with deliverance to the Israelite. It's the same thing that you see in the New Testament too. Jesus came with the baptism of fire to judge the world and fulfill his promises that the believing remnants and the Gentiles could be saved. Verse 3, if you see, the ashes, the mourning that they do, that will be replaced by a turban of beauty. It's like festal clothing. Festivity. The Lord brings in the people restored back, and the glory that is seen is reflected in the people in rejoicing. But this change of estate is like a banquet preparation. There's rejoicing, there's praising, and gloriousness. And this verse, the first 3 verses, one of the last verses that is ending with the oak of righteousness. People will be solidly and enduringly righteous. When you trust the Lord, when you just kneel before His Almighty, you see the difference. You are humble. You are humble and you just get soaked in His wisdom. When you are soaked in His wisdom, you see, you reflect His glory. And in doing so, every step of your lives, you see, you will be filled with righteousness. Dealing with your loved ones over here. I express myself addressing you as saints. You all are saints as we go back into the scriptures. And the next one, if you see, verses 4 to 6. Now this is where, if you see, they shall build an ancient ruins, and they shall rise up from the former devastation. They shall repair the ruined cities. Strangers will stand and tend your flocks. The foreigners shall plow the wine presses. Now you see the new service that is being restored, the spiritual service. The original call of Israel were to be as kingdom of priests. Israelites were chosen as a kingdom of priests, but they failed. God will have a kingdom of priests in this earth. Now that is transformed into a church. Restoration of a nation to its priestly function. Israel lost to his sin, but restored after exile to a new generation that is bearing fruit. You see, God punished the Israelites, that is the northern kingdom, took them away. The Assyrians attacked them. And the youngsters were there, they were just budding up over here. They were brought back because they were priests. They were teachers who molded them, and that's what they came back afterwards. The same thing happened to the next kingdom, the kingdom of Judah. Same thing. Assyrians attacked the northern one. The southern one was attacked by the Babylonians. You know Nebuchadnezzar. The story of Daniel. It's there in this kingdom when they were exiled. And these people who were exiled, who had gone to the foreign countries, they were talented, noble people, Jews who had gone. They too were brought up in the same way, brought back after exile. That's how the restoration starts off. Verses 7 to 11, if you see, the announcement of blessings. The remnant, that is these people who have come back from exile, will enjoy blessing and everlasting joy to replace shame. Shame when they were captured, they were humiliated, some were killed, murdered. I mean, this was so appalling, making an everlasting covenant to make God, people of God, famous in this world. You see the Jews, they're spread over the entire world. Once they were harassed, they were defeated, yet they survived, and God had made them, blessed them with wisdom. Yet one thing they did that really we too couldn't understand. They didn't accept Jesus as their Savior, as their Messiah. The speaker at the end of this chapter, on behalf of Israel, expresses gratitude that we are clothed in the garment of salvation and the robe of righteousness. God took people from his own countryside and moved them to a different state, brought them back, restoration, and that's how he made them into people of his own. That is the reason for restoration to service, joy, and festivities. In a nutshell, this passage of Isaiah, they are nothing but this speaker is anointed one of God. And this anointed one brings news, good news, that many of us sometimes ignore. When some message is given, we ignore certain facts. The hope for the hopeless, freedom from bondage, joy in the place of sorrow, readiness for his service. We look at Christians around, we just see them very humble. Humble. That's the thing that is portrayed. But you are called to be for his service. Christian warriors as well. Now, if you turn to Matthew chapter 5, Matthew chapter 5, the Beatitudes, this portion is one of the most loved portions. People love to hear this. Blessed are the humble, blessed are the persecuted, everything. This is one of the sermons, if we see chronologically, this was given by Jesus much later in his life, but Matthew tends to put it much ahead. This is because it is a proclamation of the kingdom to come. The kingdom to come, because when you have faith in this God, he makes you surrender before him, kneel before him, and rest, everything follows. Wisdom, righteousness, everything that follows is from him, and that's how he makes you a new generation saint. That we see in the Beatitudes, Jesus moved from Nazareth to Capernaum. Jesus was in Nazareth, but he came to Capernaum on the shores of the Sea of Galilee. And that is a main highway route for trade. That's where he took the opportunity to spread this great news. And his declaration came, but not until he said, you repent. Same thing as what Isaiah said. Unless God restores you, you cannot. But to restore, you to undergo a restoration, you to undergo a revival is only possible if you surrender before Him, if you repent. Calling of brothers like James, John, Andrew, Peter. Now imagine they are fishermen. They have boats. A fisherman who has a boat has to be a rich man. These brothers, they were rich too. And when Jesus, with the king authority, called them, come with me, they followed him. Future seems bleak, but yet they followed him. That is something strange. The call of the God in person, in physical form, on this earth, He's calling them, and how willingly they go. Matthew was one, a tax collector, sitting over there at the tax booth. Jesus calls him, come. He leaves everything and goes, not wondering that what is his sustenance going to be, my money, my wealth, what's going to happen. He didn't bother. That is a call for service. And this message of Beatitudes, if you see, it is all about humility. Blessing the ones who are downtrodden, blessing the ones who are persecuted. In this Christian life, it's not a cozy picture. You see, the Christian faith is always attacked on the Passion Week. In the Passion Week, you see, every portions, there's an attack of Satan on Jesus. Every time. Christians attack every now and then. Being humble, God renews you with faith, renews you with the strength to endure everything. That's what He says in the Beatitudes. He just blesses you, encourages you. As a Christian church, a church, we can only bind together as one. We come from various backgrounds. The one thing cute about this English service is we have people from various cultures, various states that have come. And you see, there is a slight inhibition sometimes. Unless you interact with each other, know the pains of each other, help each other, they won't bond well. Normally, Elvin and I come from a Malayalam congregation, where we thought we Malayali congregation are one of the better ones. We thought we are something like original, nothing like that. It's a joy when you meet people. You come to people who have come to know the Lord, the first generation Christians. You must see the trials and tribulation that they undergone. The same thing. They surrender themselves. They are gods. And they accepted this God, committed themselves to Jesus, and taken Him as a Savior. That is something different. For us, if you see, we too would say that we also have accepted a foreign God among the 33 crores gods that we already have. Strange. If you tell a non-Christian, it doesn't matter adding another God to his shelf. But in our case, all the other gods are moved aside from the shelf, and we have this living God. Even though He is there, but we know His presence is very much there. And He is unmoved. The place where I work, you find some workers placing Ganpati here, Shiv here, and you find Jesus here. Then I ask one of the Catholic fellow, why do you place Jesus there? Do you know where the place of Jesus is? No, not Bhagavan to another one. But don't remove it. He is much above these demon gods. You ought to understand, this God is a jealous God, a God who builds up a nation of saints, to edify ourselves, to build ourselves up. That's what the scripture portion to see. Isaiah proclaiming restoration, free from bondage, from exile. You're now free. In our case, we are still in the bondage of sin. Some inherent sin that we still continue thinking that, oh my, it's okay. Nobody's seen it. But in your quiet time, when you look to the Lord and just say, my, you're marching the right way. For youngsters who are here, you may be tempted to see many things on the virtual images that are on the internet. You might be tempted to go for a smoke, go for a drink, something. I can just tell one thing. You may experience sometimes. But one question, not just youngsters, but everyone who are here, ask a question. Would you do these things with Jesus by your side? Your heart is a temple. Would you do this with Jesus by your side? Watching a filthy movie, doing things that is wrong. Fill yourself with the Spirit, with a gift of the Spirit. Love encompasses everything. Finally, when you go to the last, the letter of Paul in the 2 Corinthians, the Old Testament is replete with stories that keep you engaged, wondering how can God do this thing? How can God let the Israelites kill these people? He says, when you go enter your region, kill everyone. Because he knew these people will be fallible to worship their idols. To wipe out, annihilate everyone over there. I don't want any idol worshipping people, but they fail. You might wonder, why does this happen? But yet, after several centuries of silence, you come to the advent of Jesus, who comes, he brings in the gospel news. Jesus spoke the Sermon on the Mount, even Mahatma Gandhi spoke very well about it, but still it's no use. Now comes the Apostle Paul. If you see the Bible, the letters of Paul are more deadlier than the gospel. Paul stands with a sharp knife. He just cuts you through. You are nothing but shit smeared on your body. You're just filthy rags. All your certificates, all your graduation accolades that you have, everything that you have, is nothing in front of that altar. You're nothing but filth. That's where you realize you're below sub-zero level. You see the difference. You are nothing but shit. I'm sorry to say that. Paul, very often he has to, in the Corinthians, he had to face many false teachers. When you go through his verses, if you see this portion that is read, Isaiah, restoration from bondage. Beatitudes, humble yourself. Build yourself spiritually. Even in humility, your strength is not weakened. You may have persecutors who may just trouble you. You may have people who may really bother you in your factory, in your offices. May I tell you one thing? If you're married, when you come back home to your spouse, talk to her, I had a bad day. I had a horrible boss. Today it was bad. He tends to bother me. Or my colleague tends to bother me. Doesn't matter, you don't have to go against him. Pray that humbling prayer, Lord, grant me the grace and rest. Humble this person. And you know what happens? He not only humbles that person, but also humbles you double. He humbles you double to the extent that he makes you realize you are not to take vengeance in your hand. It's all about your nature that transforms in this church. When you go out, that's the way you be. We cannot be extraordinary, keeping a kind of a dual personality and come over here. Lord, last week is gone. Today I come this Sunday, I start afresh. No, that's not what you're called for. My wife and I have a deal. Every evening the moment I come back from office, she asks me, how was the day? My day was good. I had an altercation with one of my colleagues. Then she goes out, then I ask her, how's your day? Good. And she's a teacher. So, teachers actually, when they meet their husband, they give a big lecture too. You know it. Anybody who are teachers over here? None. Blessed husbands, I could say. So, when that interaction goes on, to take a daily report of your workplace, when your spouses talk, even the wife tells, Edwin, why did you report that way to that person? He shouldn't have done that. There are many times I've gone back the next day and sought that person, I am sorry. And that fellow just holds my hands and says, Arey, Edwin sahab, jane dijiye, koi baat nahi, aap to mazak kar rahe the, koi baat. Finish, that's all. And that eases everything. What are we called for? It's not that in this vicinity we ought to be saints, we ought to be the worshipping Lord, or to just show a facade that, we are good, if not perfect. In short, what we are outside also, we translate to the same extent, same way we vibrate. The people see what a difference we are from the others. We believe in that God, the Father, believe in the Lord Jesus, our Savior, and the Holy Spirit, the triune God that we are. Coming back to 2 Corinthians, here Paul uses the term to describe co-workers in the gospel, believers who are co-laborers for the Lord. And he mentions working together with him, then we appeal to you not to receive the grace of God in vain. There is a calling for it. It refers to the purpose of salvation, to be fruitful, fruitfulness of the kingdom. That is the expected kingdom service to come. Had there been a big dignitary who has come over here, you find our attendance would have been more. Normally it is said that Christian attendance on a Good Friday is the most as full. We don't have great dignitaries in our church. We ourselves are dignitaries. They are the saints in that dignitary that we have. We are blessed to be one. Paul, in verse 3 of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, Paul is determined not to put barriers between himself and the hearers of the gospel. If you see verses 3, we put no obstacle in anyone's way so that no fault may be found with our ministry. A person who beckons people towards their calling, for them it's tough to keep a tightrope walk. It's not easy. For them, they have to face not just the congregation members, they have to face the others, elements who are trying to disrupt them. They have gone through all trials. Paul has, despite being the educated of all the Pharisees that we see, but yet the most beating and lashes that he had faced, neck bites that he had, shipwreck that he was, yet he would put us all to shame. By great endurance in affliction, hardship, calamities, beatings, imprisonment, riots, labor, sleepless nights, hunger, he kept his faith strong. Verse 4. As servants of God, we commend ourselves in every way by great endurance. Something that is called for. No matter what you face in this world, you have to stand strong in faith. Verse 6 talks about moral, ethical lifestyles. Verse 6. By purity, knowledge, patience, kindness, Holy Spirit, genuine love, by truthful speech, and power of God. This is what God expects of you, to live a holy life. And in dishonoring God, it's like you're losing the rights of citizenship. So see the readings that are being done. Isaiah chapter 61. Is Isaiah calling the remnants? But this was before they were exiled. But he is preparing them. You will be captured, taken away, and the exiles are to come back. That will be a new nation. That means the older generation lost, forfeited that citizenship. Jesus claims it the same way. Unless you have faith in God, unless you repent, you cannot enter the kingdom of God. Similarly, Paul just sees how difficult it is to live a simple saintly life. You are confronted with people all around you. Just to see how you are going to be tempted, how you are going to be wrong-footed. That is not expected of you. You have to be strong. When you go weak, be with your loved ones in the church, the saints, seek prayers, intercession, that they know that you are being bothered. Their prayers covers you. Apart from this message that is here, let's come back to our nation. Coming back to our nation, how we stand. How truthful are we? This nation now is ruled by a Hindu Rashtra-oriented party. Are you against it? Against the rule of it? You may say, oh my, now we have this party ruling. No need to worry about it. You have seen many kings, kingdoms come and go, whereas rulers come and go, but yet has the faith been shaken? God has His plans, and if they won the election with a landslide victory, God has a role to play in it. Not their role. God lets even the people who are from the Hindu fanatic background to rule. What does the Bible say? Pray for the rulers. Pray for the Prime Minister. Pray that God gives them wisdom. In some way He will be touched. All our prayers are for Him. Because He is accountable to God. He may have His demon God with Him, but we know this God relies on His praying saints. Pray for the Chief Minister. Pray for your corporate, your local MLAs, that they may be touched. Prayer is such intense. It works miracles. And I'd like to narrate a couple of incidents to show what professing your faith is. This happened during the World War. Somewhere in the Eastern European side, there was a small church. In the midst of the World War, the church was a small church and it had all the windows all shut because of the war. The congregation sat there, the priest leading them, and they went to prayer. Suddenly they heard a kind of a thud on the heavy thud on the door. They were scared. They opened the door. There were two soldiers wielding the rifles. They came in, locked the door. All were worried. They came up to the priest and said, "What are you all having over here?" "Oh, we are having a worship. We have every morning and evening. So we are having a worship." "Okay, you all are believers in Christ?" "And again." They held the gun, pointed it towards the congregation. "Okay, who all are believers? Just raise your hands." "Okay, get ready, bro. Those who are believers, just leave." There is a twist to it. The ones who feared, the soldiers went off. The church was depleted of almost 60% of the members. The rest were there. The soldiers went back, shut the door. They came back and sat in the front door. They told the pastor, lead the worship. You need not be scared of anyone. When you stand the trials, even the ones who persecute you will also be blessed. Thank you for your patient hearing.